Avatar was full of fights and amazing scripts both in The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. It also had people of immeasurable wealth, example like Fire Lord Ozai, who was the ruler of the Fire Nation, and was inarguably the richest Fire Nation leader due to his military power and control over the Fire Nation. Azula was Ozai's daughter, and her wealth was directly linked to her father, which made her the second most richest and powerful person in the Fire Nation. Iroh, although not the richest in The Last Airbender, he was supposed to inherit the Fire Nation throne, but he declined to be the ruler after his son passed away during the 100-Year War. The richest man in Omashu was Bumi. He was its king, and was also a powerful, influential figure in the whole of the Earth Kingdom. The Earth King of Bar Sing Se was also very rich from his position as the king, and was the one controlling the wealth's flow in the whole kingdom. Ty Lee came from a wealthy background, even though she mostly focused on her gymnastics. Mei also came from a wealthy lineage of tycoons, and his father was a good friend of Fire Lord Ozai. Lady Ursa, who was Ozai's wife, held a significant wealth and status in the Fire Nation as the Fire Lady. Avatar Roku was a wealthy Fire Lord even before becoming the Avatar, and was very influential and rich person during his time. Young Zuko was a prince of the Fire Nation before his banishment, and held a special position of wealth and status. There was an Earth Kingdom general called Fong, who controlled a strong and large military force, and was influential during the 100-Year War. Now, Kuvira was not necessarily rich, but the army she commanded and the vast support she got from wealthy investors made her a significantly wealthy person in The Legend of Korra. Asami Sato was one of the richest characters in the franchise. She controlled a large technological corporation that focused more on transportation and manufacturing. Varrick was a wealthy and eccentric businessman, who was the one that powered the whole of Republic City with electricity. Suin Beifong, as we saw, had her own city called Zaofu, and was a well-known craftsman who was also good in technological advances. Tarlok was a politician in Republic City who also came from a powerful family, and also had access to significant political and financial resources. Reiko was the president and the ruler of Republic City. He was literally the one who controlled the whole city's economy. Lin was the sister of Suin, and although not as rich as her, she was also a Beifong and the head of the Republic City police force. Amon was the leader of the Equalists, and his wealth was generated by influential figures who funded his cause. Zuko, as the Fire Lord, was the wealthiest firebender during his ruling time due to the industrial empire and influence. Bolin was one of the most wanted actors in his time, and also was a professional athlete whose fame granted him access to wealth and resources. The Earth Queen was a corrupt leader of Bar Sing Se, and was extremely wealthy and controlled much of the kingdom's resources. Hiroshi Sato was Asami's father, and was the one who built the future industries from scratch, making him the wealthiest industrialist in his time. Opal Beifong was the granddaughter of Toph, and her wealth was directly connected to her lineage. And finally Batar Jr., who was the firstborn son of Suin, and was one of the people who helped Kuvira financially during her takeover. And if I left anyone, let me know down in the comments.